Good day, students. You are welcome to our online classes again. Now, we are doing mathematics, and the topic we are considering today is construction. So we are looking at construction. And two things we are going to look at today are, number one, we are going to learn how to bisect angles. So bisection of angles. And the second thing we are going to consider is bisection of line segments. Bisection of line segments. Okay. Now, bisection simply means dividing something into two equal parts. Bisection simply means the act of dividing something into two equal parts. Now, we want to learn how to bisect an angle. Okay, for example, this is an angle on the board. Now, if I mark out the angle, now, dividing this angle into two equal parts means we should draw a line that runs somewhere in between, so that when you measure this angle and you measure this angle, you are going to get the same value. Okay, so which means this line we just drew is the angular bisector. Okay, is the bisector of that angle. Okay, now, but we don't use our hands, or just the free hand, to draw this. We need our protractor and compasses, a pair of compasses and a protractor. So if you don't have your math set around you there, you may have to pause the video for you to quickly get the materials you need, and then you come back to continue. Now, how do we bisect an angle? How do we bisect an angle? Now, I'm going to measure an angle on the board with my protractor. So if you really want to learn this, you do exactly what I do. Do as I do. Now, pick your protractor, okay, and then draw a line. Just draw a horizontal line. Okay, and then with the line, you are going to place your protractor. Okay, you are going to place your protractor in such a way that the baseline of your protractor, the baseline, is going to lie on the line you've drawn. You are going to see a line like this. There's going to be a line. So let that line lie over this one, and then you are going to see a center of your protractor. There's a center there. Now place that center on a mark here. You can just make a mark here, because that is where we're going to join all our lines to. Okay, so make that mark, and now place your protractor back. Okay, place your protractor back on that line. Okay, place your protractor back on that line, and let us mark out an angle. Okay, so this one now, we can start from here. You can see 0. This is 0 from this point. So 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, let's just mark off 50. Okay, so put a mark, just a small dot there. Okay, and after that, remove your protractor. Okay, remove your protractor, and then we are going to join the 2 points together. Remember, you have made one dot here, right? And then we have another dot that will define the 50 degrees. So get your ruler, and join the 2 points together. Okay, get your ruler and join the 2 points together. Make sure you accurately do that. Okay, so to join the two dots together. Fine. So that is our 50 degrees. So we have marked that out. Now the next thing we are going to do is, when you look at the example I gave you, I just drew an angle like this, and then I mapped out the angle. So the same thing we want to do here. We want to draw the sweep of the angle, and it's not something we can use our hands. We can't use a free hand for that. We are going to use our compasses to draw the sweep of that angle. So how do we do that? Look at it. Just get your compasses and then go to the origin, this point, okay? And try, just open your compasses. Using a convenient radius, you want to use a convenient radius, just open it a bit, okay? Because we want to mark this. So look at it now. We are marking that. So good. So we have marked that angle. So that is angle 50 degrees. But remember that what we are doing is bisecting the angle. We want to bisect the angle that is 50 degrees into two equal parts. When you divide 50 degrees into two equal parts, what are you going to get? 25 degrees. That's correct. So how do we then get that 25 degrees? Very simple. Look at it. These 2 points, you can see that our 50 degrees run from 50 degrees, okay? That angle runs from here to this point. So we have 2 points for that, okay? That is from here to here. So those are the 2 points we are going to use in bisecting that angle. So take the needle end of your compasses, okay? You know, we have 2 points and we are using the 2 points. So take it there, and then you are going to draw an arc like this. Look at it. Draw an arc like this, and then go to the other side, okay? Go to the other side, go to the other side, and then put your needle in and draw another arc, okay? Draw another arc, right? You can see that the 2 arcs have intersected. They have met at a point. Look at the point, okay? That's the point. So what we are going to do now is to join this point to this point. Okay, and that is the bisector we want to draw. Okay, so you get your ruler and carefully you join the 2 points together. Okay, carefully join the 2 points together. So that is that, and join it to that point. Okay, so we have drawn the bisector of that angle. Now, if you pick your protractor, you know, we measured what angle? Angle 50 degrees, fine. We measured angle 50 degrees. Now, we want to see whether we have actually divided the angle into two equal parts. So, you get your protractor back, and place it the way I've taught you. Okay, place it the way I've taught you. And then you're going to see my drawing. If you look at it now, look at it, my 50 is still there. You can see my 50 degrees. Now look at it. What is here? This is 25. This is 10. This is 20. And in between, you can see this line, that is 25 degrees. So accurately, we've been able to construct that angle. That is 25 degrees. Okay? 25 degrees. You have seen it. It's 25 degrees. So, now, what about bisecting a line? Okay, we've seen how to bisect an angle. What about bisecting a line? Okay, that is very simple. Look at it. What do we do? Let's just draw a line. We want to learn how to bisect a line. So, let's draw a line. Let's draw a line. And then we bisect the line with a line bisector. Okay. So this is that's our line. Okay. So with that, we can put A, we can make this point A and this point B. Now we want to bisect this line. How do we do that? Look at it. We are going to use these 2 points. This point and this point. So I expect you to have your lines drawn already, okay, the way I have it on the board. So what do? We are using these 2 points again, A and B. You are going to open your compasses, okay, open your compasses, come to A and open your compasses. Now make sure that when you open your compasses, it's longer than the midpoint, the middle of that line, okay? You don't necessarily have to open it to cover the line, okay? Because I may give you something like 15 centimeters, and by the time you want to open your compasses, you discover that your compasses may not be able to capture that length. So what is necessary is when you put your compasses, you open it in such a way that it's longer, okay? The radius is longer than the midpoint. Definitely, if we do it like this, you know that we have not got to the midpoint. So if it is like this, then you can be sure that is longer than the midpoint. So we can now draw arcs up and down at A. Okay, look at it. At A, you come and draw an arc. Okay, don't remove it from A because I'm coming to the other side of the line. Okay, it's going to be up and down thing. Okay, up and down. Now, you are going to go to the second point. Okay, that is B. And we're going to do the same thing. Okay, we're going to cut it, the arc. Let's cut the arc. Don't remove it. Go down and do the cutting. Okay, do the cutting. And then that is that. So we have drawn the arcs and we've seen the intersections. So what we are going to do now is to join the points of intersection together. Okay, we have 2 points. 2 points. Okay, you join the 2 points of intersection together. Make sure you do that accurately. Okay, so draw a line. Now this line we are drawing is known as the line bisector. That is our line bisector. Okay, so which means when you measure from A to the midpoint here, you are going to get the same thing as where you measure from here to here. Okay, if you really want to see that, I can use my compasses. Okay, putting it at A, and then when I open it to this point, look at it. Okay, you can see. Then without extending my compasses further, if I place it here and I take it to B, you are going to see that. Look at it exactly. So we have been able to bisect that line into 2 equal lengths. Okay, let me quickly run over the procedures again, the steps. Okay, now bisection of angles. What do we do? Look at it. Let's go back to our former example. The first thing you need to do is you draw your baseline. Use your ruler, draw a line, and when you draw that line, then you can bring your protractor. Look at it. You can bring your protractor and then mark off an angle. Look at it. Then we measured 50. It's still there, 50 degrees. And after that, you are going to draw a line defining the 50 degrees. Look at it. We drew that line. And after that, what was the next thing we did? We drew an arc for the sweep of the angle. Okay, we used our compasses. We put our compasses here, and then we drew an arc. And after that, what was the next thing we did? Okay, good. We put the compasses here and here, because these are the limits of the angle. It starts from here and ends here. So definitely these are the points. So we use this point, we put our needle end here, and then drew an arc, and then we came to the other side and also drew an arc. So we saw a point of intersection, and then we drew a line. We joined the 2 points together, that's the origin, and the point of intersection. We drew a line through that, and when we measured this line, it was 25 degrees, okay? 25 degrees. This is 25 degrees, and this one also 25 degrees, and the total 50 degrees. And we also talked about bisection of line segment, okay? How did we do that? We drew a line, right? We didn't even talk about the length of the line, but we just drew a line. What did we want to do with the line? We wanted to bisect the line, to draw the line bisector. So how did we do that? The 2 points, the 2 limits, A and B, just as what we did when we're bisecting the angle, we used the limit. So the same thing, we used these 2 limits, A and B, and then we put our needle N at A, then an arc, okay? An arc up and down. And then we moved the needle N to B and did exactly the same thing. We also cut the first drawn arc like this. And then we saw 2 points of intersection. Look at it. We saw 2 points of intersection and eventually joined the 2 points together to have our line bisector. So this is a bisection of angle, with an angular bisector, and this one is bisection of line segments. So in our next class, we're going to see how to construct some special angles, like angle 30, like 45, 60 degrees, 45 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and all of that. Okay, we're going to see that, and we are going to use the principle, okay, what we just learned today, to bisect and obtain a lot of angles. So, but before that, before we call it a day, let me give you something to take home. Something to do for practice. Now, practice questions. These are your practice questions. Number 1, okay. Measure an angle of 50 degrees and bisect it. Okay, we have done that together, and I still want you to repeat that. That is the reason it's coming as the first one. The number 2, we are going to measure an angle of 75 degrees. Okay, use your protractor, just measure an angle, measure 75 degrees, measure an angle of 75 degrees, measure an angle of 75 degrees, and bisect it. Then 3, I also want you are going to draw a line AB such that AB, that is a dimension, you can see the difference. This is line segment, this is the dimension of the line. AB as 10 centimeters, and bisect it. Bisect that. Okay, so when you bisect that, definitely you know you are going to get 5 centimeters on one side and 5 centimeters on the other side. Until I come your way next time, make sure you lay your hands on the questions and stay safe. Bye.